keep kicking me down. Fucker, I'm still breathing. Give me all that you got, give me your best shot. Let's see who comes out still grinning, not taking me down. 'Cause my heart's still beating. Spending all your time trying to destroy mine, illusion of the world you live in.
Hi, I'm Lorna and I'm from Hive magazine and I'm here with the amazing Ronnie. How are you today?
Really well, thank you. Really, really well. Just started the tour, so we're buzzing.
Yeah, lovely. So you're from Those Damn Crows. So can you tell us a little bit about your band, about the sound and things like that?
Yeah, we formed in 2014 and we've just been hitting the ground running, really, basically playing every venue we can, trying to build as much of a connection with the fans as we can as possible. And we're kind of melodic hard rock.
Oh,
So
okay.
shades of light, shades of dark,
I like it. Yeah. I mean, I've been listening to your new album, which came out on Friday. So for anybody who's not managed to listen to the album yet, what would you say? What can we expect from the new album?
I definitely think it's a step up from the other two. I definitely think it's a progression. I know a lot of bands say that, but with this one, I definitely think there is. The album's kind of like a playlist. There's a bit of everything for everyone. I
Mhm.
find that there's really nice emotional parts. There's really nice heavy parts. There's nice dancey bits, like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's really cool. So I
Oh,
think it's got a bit of everything. It's got that rock and roll edge. It still sounds like the Crows, but it has evolved,
100%. I completely agree with you when you just said then about it being emotional, particularly your song "See You Again." I thought it was such an emotional song, wasn't it? It was I presume it was all about lockdown and sort of how you were looking forward to seeing your fans again. Can you tell us what it was like writing a song like that was so emotional?
Yeah, I mean, I remember like Shane jamming it in. We were on the road before COVID. There was like bits of music, so the kind of melodies were starting to kick around. And then when he penned the lyrics to paper, it all really came together. And it was that time. It was just such an awful time for everybody, whether you were in a band, whether you were in a family or whether you were on your own. And I think he captured it and it was right because we were there and we were just like, when will we see you again? Like, when will it happen? Because nobody knew. It was the unknown. Um, so yeah, it's been really emotional playing that the last couple of nights as well, because I think the fans have gravitated towards it as well. Like, it is a song for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think, I suppose, as a band, it must have been quite difficult. With there was a lot of uncertainty about whether live shows would happen again, whether you would be able to go on tour again. So yeah, it must be amazing to be able to play that live.
It is for sure. I mean, we were quite fortunate during COVID because we kept the machine running. We started doing like the podcast, the Crowcast.
Yeah,
Um, so we kind of kept that connection with the fans. But then it did become more talking, more shenanigans rather than the actual buzz from playing. And we found that every week we would explain to our Crow family, um, what it was like to be on the stage, and we were giving them access to our houses and that genuine feeling of writing a song and the genuine feeling of performing it on a stage. And the more we were talking about it, the more we realized of, oh my God, is it going to happen again? Because none of us knew. Like I said, when things got bright and they started to look promising, everything changed and we were all right back where we started.
yeah,
So yeah, we just had ourselves, and there were little parts where we managed to get out as a band, and I think we came up country because the rules in Wales were different to England. It was so bizarre. Now you look back, like it was like different rules for Wales, for Scotland, for England. So we could come up yours. We were allowed to do that because we were working.
right.
And we could write and obviously get together. And when we did that, it was just some of the greatest memories, and it was just such a bond, because you take it for granted sometimes. Do you know what I mean? You don't know what you have until you lose it.
Absolutely, definitely. And I guess coming from that, I mean, you had some amazing experiences. You played main stage at Download. That must have been an amazing experience.
just just unreal. I mean, before lockdown, we were told we were going to be added to the bill last minute.
My goodness.
Um, that was just immense because I remember when we played there in 2019, and we were on the same posters like Def Leppard and stuff like that. We played the smaller stages, and I remember watching Def Leppard and saying to Shane, like, about 5, 6 years now we'll come back and hopefully, we'll play that main stage. And to get the call so soon because of the momentum, because of what the fans were demanding, like they were saying that we needed to come back, we needed a bigger stage. So then obviously lockdown happened, and we've seen how many times the poster changed. I mean,
Mhm.
one day we're on the same day as Biffy Cairo and that, and then we ended up where the original poster was, where it was Maiden Day, like, which was just like, it was immense. Like, honestly, it was, yeah, and like people don't realize how big that stage is. It's
Yeah.
honestly, it's massive. It's
Yeah.
like I was blown away because I've been backstage on Download before, but I never got to see like properly how back it goes, like,
Mm.
and like Maiden had their aeroplane hung up above um all the other bands who were set up behind where you can see out front. It was just so unreal, like, honestly, it was and then when we walked out and all you could see was people till the end, like it was just, and at that time of the day as well, because I think we finally got on the stage about 1,
Right.
um, and people we know who were like far at the back by the towers were just like there was just people going back and back and back. So yeah, man, truly immense, and we're so privileged, and hopefully it happens again soon, like,
Oh, 100%. And I think, like you were saying, with the amount of people that obviously came out to see you, again, like you talk about your Crow family, you talk about having that connection with your fans, and that's just proof that, isn't it? It's right there in front of you. That must have been an amazing feeling.
It was. I mean, there was people who don't normally go to Download that just wanted to actually see us on our main stage.
Yeah.
It's as much their journey as it is ours.
Yeah.
So they just wanted to be there for that, to see like we were there. And it was really, really special, in all fairness. It was everything that we would have wanted as kids
Yeah.
and more. And to be honest, it was just more, like, and the bill was really silly. I mean, when we arrived and we were taken to um where we needed to put our transport, and then we were escorted down with Black Label Society, and it was just, even like saying I was Zach Wild and their crew and stuff like that. It's just like it's just unreal, like, so, and then seeing Shine down there, and meeting the Monster Truck boys who we went on to play with and stuff. It was totally unreal, and the support from Andy Coppin and all of his guys is just, it's a blessing, honestly. It's brilliant.
Wow. It sounds amazing. So chuffed for you. So
Thank
moving
you.
to this year, and obviously you've got a lot coming up. You're out on tour at the moment. Can you tell us a little bit about how it's been so far and what you've got coming up for us?
It's been awesome. I mean, Friday was release day and Hail Exhale came out. So that was so exciting. Um, Sales are looking fantastic, but we encourage everybody to keep by them. And then the tour kicked off in Leeds, and it was just special. It was a very intimate show.
Yeah.
It started off in the Key Club. So a lot of people were like, oh, you should be bigger than this. You should be playing bigger venues. But it was really good because after the night, they were like, oh, it was so cool to be that close. And it was like a sweat pit. It was incredible. It was. And then last night was Manchester Academy. Wow. I mean, the crowd singing back was just a choir.
Oh.
It was unreal. Like yeah, I got goosebumps now. Like, it's just like, yeah, it was electrifying. It was absolutely electrifying. And tonight we've arrived in Newcastle. I think we got a day off tomorrow, but we're still doing in stores.
Yeah.
So it's a day off from the live performance, but boys will be doing an acoustic performance, and then we do a bit of signing in Edinburgh,
Hmm.
and then down to Glasgow, Bradford, and it'll get a bit foggy for me, but yeah, so if I get it wrong, but then I know we've got like Nottingham, London, and then a big one in Swansea Arena, which is
Yeah.
our first headline arena show. Like, so it's insane to even say that, our first headline arena show.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And is that your biggest headliner show that you've done
To
today?
date, yes, which was immense during COVID when it kind of opened up. We did Cardiff Castle, which was just like,
Incredible.
yeah, that decision was like, oh, really? And then everybody turned up, and it was such a great day.
Mhm.
And then after that, the castle became a bit of a theme. We did Chepstow Castle. Um, that kind of become the Cardiff Castle was the cap record, and then the arena was where it needed to go. Like we needed to show we could do it. And yet again, the fans haven't let us down. I mean, some people are traveling from Leeds all the way through this tour right down to Swansea Arena with us.
Gosh, that must be amazing to see
It's
those faces, show after show, and just think, that they're there for you. That must be amazing.
it's not just it's just there's not even any words that can explain it, like, because we live in such a hard time at the moment. There's so much poverty, there's so much struggle going on, and that level of love and support to
Yeah.
just try to see us kind of do well is just immense. Like it's just something that you can't really put into words. It's just so breathtaking. And like there's people we know from Scotland, all over the country. So I don't want to kind of, zoom in on one person, but they've traveling, like I said, they're traveling with us. They're literally every day they turn up, every day they're showing their support. And it's really what the band needs. It's perfect. So we'll give everything back and
Mm.
they give us more and then we give more back. So that's the way it needs to be, like,
Yeah. Oh, lovely. And you talked a little bit about your acoustic sets, your in-store acoustic sets. How are they different? Or do you have a preference between doing those more quiet, intimate shows, or do you prefer the big performances?
Well, it's easy for me because like I play drums. It's easy for Lloyd because he plays bass. So we get to stand there and like watch the boys perform. So
Okay.
it's like it's a lot easier for us. It's harder for Shane because like he's having to sing in the day and then do a full show in the night,
Yeah.
then try and get as much rest as he can to do another performance in the day, then another show in the night. So that's the challenging part. But the connection part and spending time with people is just it's effortless for us.
Oh,
That's the rewarding part. Do you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's great to be there, connecting, spending time because they're coming out and they're showing us all their variants of vinyl, like all the colors under the sun, and we're like, it's just amazing to sit there, sign a few records, and literally spend time with them and say thank you, like, So, but the performance part, the boys do a nice stripped back version of some of the new
Yeah.
songs off the record. They do them incredible and fair play to them. Like me and Lloyd, just like I said, we get the easy job of sometimes we stand in the background, give a clap. Sometimes we're in the green room ready to be introduced. Like it's just yeah, Shane gives us a proper intro, like so it's
Yeah.
great.
Oh, I'd like to hear some of the stripped back versions of the songs. I think that'd be amazing.
Yeah, they are
Um,
really good.
yeah. And then when you've been meeting your fans and signings and things like that, have they talked to you about favorite records from the track, or are there any of the songs that people talk to you regularly about?
Yeah, I mean, there's just so many because this time I'm ready. They know that it's quite personal to us
Mhm.
and the lyrics behind it, and obviously everything the band's been through the last year personally. So that one's really resonated with the Crow family. And then See You Again, like we just said, that they kind of love that track as well. But then there's stuff um like Fill the Void that shocked them, the opening track, because
Yeah.
it's a lot more kind of heavier, kind of punk rocky, kind of thrashy. And I think that kind of takes everybody a bit, the boys got a bit thing there. But it's really cool because it kind of captures the record and then it takes you on a journey, I find. That's why I said the Spotify playlist is a great example because it was kind of the brief of when we were doing the record. Not everything has to sound like it belongs on the record. You know what I mean? That's
And
the
yeah,
there's a
absolutely.
running theme through it, see, because like when we work with Dan Weller, he's added his magic to it. And he's worked with some tremendous artists like Enter Shikari and Monster Truck, etc. But just his touch makes it sound like Inhale Exhale.
Mhm.
But the actual songs like I Am to This Time I'm Ready to Lay It All on Me to Fill the Void, they all sound so different, like find a way. I mean, a lot of the fans are saying that's their favorite as well at the moment, or they're connecting with that because it's got like a real nice heavy,
Mhm.
almost stone soury kind of, you know what I mean? Just got that drive to it, like, you know. So but then other ones are a little bit more anthemic or arena kind of sing along.
Yeah.
So it's great. Nice position to be in, like.
Yeah, absolutely. Like you say, there are a couple of songs on there where you can imagine it in that arena setting with, you know, people singing like the woes and things like that. I can imagine it's going to sound pretty
It's
incredible.
been up. It's been happening. Sorry to interrupt. It's been happening the last couple of shows. The woes.
Yeah,
We
the
were
woes in
so
particular.
excited about that last night
Yeah.
in particular. They just carried on doing it. The crowd did. So as we stopped, they were still doing the woes.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah. So we were like proper smiling, going, "That's amazing. That's absolutely outstanding." So it's just caught on as they leaving, as well as they're actually leaving the building. They're doing the woes as well. So it's like, yeah, that's lush.
Oh, I love that. That sounds amazing.
Mm,
Well, it sounds like the tour's going really, really well. And then later on this year, you're going on tour with Goo Goo Dolls as well.
I know. I know.
That
Some,
is
yeah,
pretty,
yeah,
pretty
yeah.
exciting.
Yeah, we've got, I think after this, we've got uh Call of the Wild Festival, we got Primordial headline there, we got Teddy Rocks,
Pretty
and
rock.
then we do like then we do the support tour with the Goo Goo Dolls, which
Mhm.
was just really different. I mean, that's what when we got asked to do it, it was like, wow, that's gonna be so because they're recognized globally.
Yeah,
I mean, you know, they've had hits which even today the streams they get and
yeah,
yeah, they're a global band, what I call it, where even people I speak to who haven't heard of them, if you mention the song or anything like that, they know who they are
yeah.
instantly. Like, so I think we'll learn a lot from that. And the venues are great. And
Hmm.
plus it's another international band, and I think you can never learn enough being on the road. You always have to need to learn more from other bands as well. So we do like supporting because we always like to see if we're doing anything that can be improved and
Mm.
how to build on what we're doing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, wow. Yeah, because like you said, that you're playing some pretty iconic venues with them, so that's gonna be amazing. I think it'll be nice to play to
Yeah.
a crowd and things like that, won't it? So,
Well, Brixton's going to be
great.
outstanding as well. Like, you know,
That's
so I
great.
think like our sold out London show on this tour is like short of 1,000.
Hmm.
But that Brixton one's going to be, I think it's around the five, I think, just off the top of my head, like, you know. So yeah, that'll be the biggest London show that we've done, which is great, like, you know. So mm,
Oh, brilliant. And you mentioned a minute ago Teddy Rocks Festival. Obviously last I think it was last year, wasn't it? You had to pull out sadly, didn't you?
yeah,
Yeah,
Shane
so
had an incident with his back. He's still recovering from it now. Yeah, yeah,
wow.
yeah.
Oh, does that make it more, I don't know, that idea of you finally being able to sort of make your appearance there, does that make it more exciting for you?
Yes, we've seen all the pictures. We were devastated.
Oh,
Not as much as Shane because he felt like he let a lot of people down. So it carried a lot of weight on him because it wasn't even his voice. Like I said, it was a back injury.
mhm.
And even to this day now, like you'll find him on a yoga mat and he's trying to keep himself in top shape, like, you know. So it's yeah, it was just a real freak accident,
Mhm.
and it was really worrying whether he'd even be able to stand on a stage again. Like, you know, that's what we were more concerned about. Like, so because he's our, you know, he's our brother first rather than like
Yeah.
we couldn't think of anything else. It was the case of we'll come to that when we come to it. And when we knew he was on the road to recovery, we could start rebuilding a plan and hatching what we were going to do. So we're honoring maybe a year later, but we're honoring Primordial. So I think that's on the 29th, which will be in Wolverhampton KKs. We're going to re-headline that event, their AGM,
Mhm.
and then do the Teddy Rocks on the 30th then. So it's kind of nice because you're giving back what you kind of promised.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's the bottom line. It was a case of like we will come back, we will honor it, like, you know. So
I just think those songs are going to sound incredible, aren't they, in that festival setting with a nice big crowd. So makes it
we
even better.
can't wait. Yeah, we can't wait. We took on an exclusive festival, Steelhouse Festival, which is quite
Yeah.
close to our heart.
Mhm.
And then even that one we can't wait as well
Yeah,
because I'm praying that the weather's with us, you know, British weather, you know, being what it is. But yeah, I'm got the dream of a nice sunset or a nice, you know what I mean? Just a nice warm day. Everyone's happy, beer in
Oh,
their hand, and then pull out all the festival, you know, proper tunes that everyone can sing along to, like, you know. So
absolutely. Well, I hope the weather is with you. I love festival season. Anything to do with summer, I just love it.
yeah. But you
Oh,
always got to pack a pair of wellies, haven't you? Like, so
absolutely, you really do. So final question. From your new album, what's your favorite so far to perform live? Which one's been the highlight?
that's so cruel. Um,
Hard to choose
it's
one,
so
isn't
cruel.
it?
Oh, so cruel. Takedown. I'm really
Okay,
vibing on that.
yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
really
absolutely.
vibing.
Yeah.
That one. But if I'm honest, like before we came on the tour, I would
Mhm.
change them every week.
Yeah.
Every it'd be like that's no offense to the other two records, but this record, there's so many cool parts within them, and we always change little bits to adapt for live. So we're always thinking what would work live, maybe
Mm,
extending parts. So it's a cross between that one and like when we did Leeds, my favorite one to play that night was Man on Fire. Last night was Takedown.
yeah.
So yeah, it's just changing, like,
Changes.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
Oh, brilliant.
yeah,
Well, thank you so much for your time. It's been really lovely to chat with you.
thank
On
you very much. Thank
a
you.
new record. Thank you.
No worries, and thanks for all the great feedback as well.
Thank you.